Let's see. Let me pull up the screen. I almost forgot how to stream. But how's everyone doing? Damn, let me know if the music too much. Honestly, I can't have it in my ear because it's a bit distracting. But the mic should sound better. It's a new mic. It came with a soundboard. And now we have, wait, yeah, a soundboard. I'm not sure if it's called something else, but if I press a button, we could hear like a little cool sound. Ready? See, that one's for when I hit TP. And I have a couple other ones, but I'm gonna wait for the right moment. Let me hear the music. It's not too loud, right? All right, let's see Nasdaq. Honestly, I've already been looking into it, and I don't know, it doesn't look too good for me. Right, we're right at all-time highs. Let me mark this out. We're pretty close to all-time highs. And I also don't have too many zones, right? On the 4-hour time frame. Actually, let me start on the daily. There's not much on the daily. I mean, I'm still looking at this dailies on here that we did bounce off from, but I don't think we'll get down here soon. Anyways, 4-hour time frame, let's see. I wouldn't say this is the best 4-hour zone, but it's a zone. It's also a 3-hour zone. Let's see. I mean, I already looked at the markets. I didn't see much, but I'll double check. I know a lot of the zones are going to be down here too, which could be good targets if the market decides to move down once it opens up. And then with this zone here, it does look like a 2-hour zone, but since this was the opening candle, it just looks a bit weird. That's the only issue. I'll mark it out though. I mean, the buying did start from this area. It looks like the market opened up and went straight up. Not a surprise there. But we've gone down most of the move up, if that makes sense. We've also been kind of chopping up at VWAP. Let's see what else there is. Yeah, this also looks like a 2-hour supply zone. I won't mark it out since I have the 4-hour zone. Someone said, I think we're going to go lower today and rebalance. I mean, shit, that would be nice. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, even down to this gap here that we still haven't touched. I was also gonna look at the news for the week. Today is June 1st. It's already the 6th. We're already halfway through the year. That's, I don't know. That's a bit crazy. Yeah, damn. Halfway through the year. A lot can change in 6 months. So if you haven't been having the best year, or if your year hasn't been too good for your trading, you still have 6 months left to do a whole 360 and change your life. A lot can happen in a couple months. Anyways, it looks like we have high impact news at 10 a.m. today. So I don't know. I guess that's all right. High impact news on Wednesday as well. I don't see much. I did want to check earnings whisper. Let's see what they got. don't see anything important, like any earnings that are Ollie's. What the heck? Yo, I see the most randomest companies on here. Dollar General. We got Ollie's, Macy's. I don't know. It's a bit weird seeing them. They're just random companies. Victoria's Secret. Wow, I did not think they have earnings. Wow, I didn't even know Victoria's Secret had a stock. What the? I'm gonna have to look into that. Let's see. I mean, what is that called? Yeah, I don't know. Is it really a stock or is it like private? Oh wow, yeah. That's so random. There's literally a stock for anything. Anything is tradable. Like that, honestly, that makes you think about like insider trading. Can you imagine if you were, I don't know, friends with the CEO of any company? They could, like, there's so much money that could be possible with that. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, this was random. Just a random thought here. Let's put up US 30 again. All right, let's look at Nasdaq. I was on the 2-hour time frame. I see 2-hour supply zone up here. And then this is kind of a 2-hour demand zone. It is a bit weird because this was the market open candle. So anytime I see this, I get a bit, I don't know if it's confused or what, but I asked myself if I should mark this candle out or not. I'm going to mark it out. I'm going to mark it out because the buying did start from here. And it looks like the market tapped into this area and bounced off of it. So this could be a good area to take a buy or a sell if we break past it. We will see. Down to the 1-hour time frame, we have this 1-hour supply zone right at all-time highs. No surprise there. Okay. This area is also a 90-minute supply zone. I'm not gonna mark it out because, yeah, the 50% line aligns with the 4-hour one, so I don't think it's worth it to mark it out. What else is there? Okay. No, I'm sorry. I was laughing because I'm thinking about the soundboard. I was having a bit too much fun with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it even has a voice changer, which is cool. It has four voice changers. Yo, I can't chart with the music on. Guys, let me know if the music's too much. Because if you're like me, you can't really focus with music. What is this dump? Why is this happening right now? Please relax. We have 20 more minutes, please. Damn. I was hoping that wouldn't happen right now. I was hoping that would happen once the market opened up. Hopefully it chills out. Damn, this is... This might not be good. I just don't want the sell to happen now, and then once the market opens up, it's like nothing happens. That's what I don't want to happen. Damn. Nasdaq, you're you're on bad timing. What are you doing? It's such a random time too, and just a lot of volume kicks in. Look at the 1 hour time frame. Huge volume spike at 9:12. See if there's any headlines. Don't see nothing new. Also, I got an email from some subscription I have. I don't know, some news subscription. It's like, you guys know how it is when you get emails and you get random stuff in your email. I got this email that said Canada was in a recession. And I was like, what? And then I searched it up. I was like, Canada recession. Canada recession. And I searched it up and it's true. Canada enters a technical recession. And then it says why the Canadian dollar now depends entirely on a weaker US dollar. No clue what that means, but it's like, I don't know. It sounds pretty scary. When I read that, I was like, whoa, like, is NASDAQ crashing? Because I don't know, last time, I think it was like the Japanese yen. It like crashed as well. And then the crash on NASDAQ was crazy. So I was like, okay, like, maybe if this country is doing it, then so is the US. But the US looked fine. You know, the NASDAQ stock looked fine until now. Now it's actually going down. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, that sounds crazy. Like, Canada's having a recession. And then like I read some of it and it's like, I guess like it's normal. Like it's already happened a couple times. Like, it's nothing new. So I don't know. I don't know if that's normal for Canada. But even right here, like it says it happened in the final quarter of 2025. That was recent. I mean, not recent. I guess it was over 6 months ago. But it feels pretty recent. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Canada's in a technical recession. Iran stops message exchange with the US in protest. And this Iran stuff. Naz just tapped my zone, saying it just ran through my zones as well. Well, now looking at this move, I'm gonna keep them on for now, but if I see something like this, then I don't know. I wouldn't really want to trade it. I wouldn't want to trade off of these zones if we start to see this. So I'd hope that the market, once it opens up, it creates a new zone, and then maybe I could take a trade off of that. But, you know, it might be hard for the market to actually move if it continues to have this insane volume before the market even opens up, you know? You gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out. If you see a crazy move pre-market, most of the time it's not gonna continue during New York Open unless it's like a really crazy news headline or like something really serious happened, you know? If you see like random huge move during pre-market, a lot of people might think, you know, let me go for big trades during New York Open because we have this crazy volume. No, it does the exact opposite. Like, there's just been too many times where I've seen that. Like that, I would say that's a pattern right there. You see a crazy move pre-market, it'll most likely chop during New York Open. Not all the time, but most of the time you will see that. I'm trying to spot a zone, but don't see much. So this might be tough. Again, the zones that I did have, we already kind of tapped into them. And something about me taking trades pre-market has a very low win rate for me, so don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't see much. Oh, actually, I remember this 10-minute zone here from last week. We bounced off of it. Cool. Well, this is pretty much it for Nasdaq. There's not much, which isn't horrible. I mean, the market might open up and create a new zone. Oh, just like it did right here. I mean, it didn't open up, but we got this clean 5-minute supply zone. That could be a good trade to take. And I think that's it. Let's look at, oh wow, oh my goodness, look at US 30. Okay, so this is the analysis I had on Friday, and of course the loss that I had was literally the bottom of the day. It's crazy. A lot of my a lot of my losses, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but a lot of my losses are usually a really good entry for the opposite direction. And I just think it's because where I take trades is at areas of interest. Like, I don't take trades at random spots. And like, I think the losses prove that somehow. This is not surprising. Anyways, what happened? We broke through all-time highs, pumped overnight, and then now we just had this crazy move down. Let's see how big it was here. Ay, 250 points. That's a lot for US 30, especially before the market even opens up. Wow. Okay. Let's look at the daily. Oh my gosh, look at the chat. I haven't read all this. I'm in Canada. We've been in a recession a long time now. What? Liberals are blocking all our development projects, mines, nuclear, not developing housing, millions of immigrants going up, inflation on everything. Wow. Like, I would have never thought of that for some reason. You know, because we don't hear that over here. The only reason I know is because I randomly got an email about it, and I was like, there's no way. Like, okay, I feel like if people said I'm sorry, I just hit the microphone. If people said there was a recession in the US, I feel like there would be more panic. You know? So when I heard the recession in Canada, I was like, whoa, like, that sounds scary. But now that you say that, you guys have been in a recession for a long time. That's interesting. We had balanced budget 15 years ago under the conservatives. Zero deficit. Now our deficit is tons, if not hundreds of billions. Damn. Yeah, I also read something that maybe the tariffs had something to do with it, which I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, when we first got the tariffs, it was a huge sell-off for Nasdaq. You know, like, it had a negative effect until it didn't. Then it was just another bull market. Today's a bearish day. I suggest shorting right at the open and capture 50 points. Is it PC just for streams, or do you play any games? I do play games on it. It's funny, when I first got my first job, I was 15. I worked at Chick-fil-A. Every check I first got went into building this PC. and it was just to play games. So the first $2,000 I ever made went to the PC, strictly just for games. But then I quickly realized that I needed to actually do something with my life. So I had a break of gaming for like 2-3 years. Now that I'm back to gaming, I feel comfortable enough to play games. Damn, is this a 2-hour zone? Let me see. But it's a really great PC and I only play one game on it. I would say I mostly use it for streaming. Today's a bearish. Oh, I already read that. Have you ever traded in a different time session? Yes, for sure. Every time session I've traded, whether I was supposed to or not. Especially when I worked overnights, I would be trading anytime. 2-3 in the morning, 4-5 in the morning. Like, it didn't matter. And honestly, that was bad. Like, I learned my mistakes from it. I wouldn't suggest that you trade every session. If you do trade every session, I'd have like a separate account for each session. You know, I feel like if you trade the same account for every session, let's say you take a loss during Asia and then you have that loss in your head while you trade New York, you know, it might affect you in a bad way. That's why I don't trade every session. And also too, like, I'm mostly a breakout trader, so you know, breakouts require a lot of volume that you mostly get during New York Open. At least most of the time. Not all the time, but yeah. What time is it? 20. Okay, we got 5 more minutes. Good, because I need time. I'm chatting today. I'm chatting. 3 hours. I'm trying to find something good. I don't see much. This is dumping. I swear, this better not slow down once the market opens up. Okay, we got a 45-minute zone here, which we already tapped into. This is just running through everything, which is not good for me. Let me see how this looks. This could be, yeah, this could be a good zone. I mean, I don't think I'll take a trade from it. It's really far away. The candle hasn't closed yet, but I'm sure it'll close out strong. For some reason, I want to say that it's gonna be a tough day, but I don't want to say that just yet. I really want to see how the market opens. It'll be interesting. All right, well, for US 30, I really did have good zones, but we already ran through them. So, yeah, even this 45-minute zone was a good one. We have previous action down there, which was good. But I most likely won't trade off of it because we're already running past it. So the next zone I have is all the way down here at this 2 hour demand zone, which we're actually pretty close to. The only thing with this zone is that it's huge. So it actually might be hard to get a good entry down here. There's also this 10-minute zone right inside of the zone. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's hard because I kind of already had an idea of the trades that I would take, and they already happened. So I'm gonna have to wait and see how the market opens. We're very far from VWAP. Yeah, very far. What about on US 30? Oh yeah. Not that I would take a trade off of VWAP, but just to know where it is. Okay, this is, I mean, yeah, this is bearish. I would say this is bearish. It stayed below 388, broke past it, came back to retest it, and it went even lower. But the market's about to open in about a minute here. We'll see what that does. And I know a lot of people will be saying short it right at market open. But I'm just not that trader, you know. I definitely would do something like that. Maybe if it was like an eval. But on fundeds, I take it slow. I looked into moving to the USA for work because so many jobs have the exact same wage, but the American dollar is worth 30 to 40% more. It's crazy how much money there is in the US. Yeah, I see what you mean, but at the same time, I live in New York, so it's like I know a lot of people that struggle even with a full-time job, even with working overtime, because the cost of living is pretty expensive here in New York. I don't know how it is in other states, but yeah, everything's pretty pricey. Okay, here's the market open. US 30 straight down. NASDAQ retested this 2 hour zone and it looks like it's going back down. So honestly, I would short NASDAQ with that retest. I want to see how this 1 minute closes. Yeah, I might short NASDAQ if it gets below the 300s. Okay, good thing I did not take it because it did not break below. But I would say if this gets above 388 and we start closing above that, then I wouldn't want to take a trade around this area if that happens. Then it'd just be like we're just moving sideways or something. Or if we do close above 388, then what I'd look for is for the market to touch up on this 5 minute supply zone. Let's see. Yeah, right off the bat, there's a lot of volume. I mean, this 1 minute candle here is 300 ticks. So it's definitely moving fast. So if you're trading this, I'd measure your stop loss before you actually get in. US 30 tapped. Where is it? This 2-hour demand zone and this 10-minute demand zone. We haven't really bounced off of it yet, though. Yeah, so this looks like it's gonna go up to the 5-minute supply zone. So that's what I'm gonna wait for. Yeah. We had a nasty sell-off, but we've just recovered most of the sell-off on NASDAQ at least. US 30 is a bit lost. Hasn't really done much. Not a surprise though. US 30 is I don't know. I feel like US 30 just hasn't been the same recently. But again, maybe that's just me. I'm thinking this move up is just a liquidity grab. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, a lot of people are thinking shorting at market open, and it does the opposite every time. Every time, it kind of does the opposite of what most people would do. Like I said, I really don't want to see NASDAQ move sideways around this area. I mean, I wouldn't trade it just because I don't have any zones around this area. Yeah, the trades around these zones though would have been valid if we didn't chop through it before the market opened up. Then I feel like that would have given me like a really good trade opportunity, but pretty tough. I do like the volume though, so I do think everything looks decent to trade. I would hate to see it, like I said, I just hate to see it move sideways here. Right now I'm waiting for NASDAQ to tap this 5 and 10-minute supply zone. VWAP is around this area, so I actually might be a little bit more hesitant with the trade. Might wait for like a 5-minute candle to close. Let's see. Usually I'd be thinking short if we get below this 1-minute wick. Okay, still haven't really gotten a confirmation for any trade. I was thinking sure if we got below this 1 minute wick, but we haven't done that. So I haven't gotten into anything. Let's see how this closes. Closed right at this 50% line. See, like if it closed above the zone, I'd be thinking buying for sure. But since VWAP is there, I don't want to get chopped up. So actually just honestly might have to wait even more. Which is fine. Like we have news at 10. That could definitely keep the markets moving. There's VWAP. And yeah, I mean, we fully recovered that sell-off from earlier, which honestly is pretty bullish, I'm not gonna lie. Unless we reject VWAP. Which it looks like we kind of are. We have 30 seconds for this 5 minutes to close. Let's see. Yeah, I think the shorts look good. All right, I took a short here. I'm gonna put my stop at 41. We have a 10-minute demand zone down here, which could definitely go to. 3 more minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. I think the 15-minute candle will give you a good hint to whether we're gonna go up or down. Oh, I got stopped. I'm gonna get stopped on this. Maybe I get saved by this new candle? Nah. Alright, well, I took one loss. Which, I could still be right on the shorts, but we could also just chop up at VWAP. So, I'd rather wait for the 15-minute candle to close than to jump in another trade right away. US 30, I'm not even gonna look at it because it doesn't even know it's open. I don't think US 30 has really known the opening time recently. We've seen a lot of this for US 30, which sucks. $30 seconds. Then the only way I think buying's gonna come in is if it gets above VWAP. I still like the shorts. I do. Alright, I'm in another short here. The reason I took another short, we had retested this zone again and broke this 1 minute wick lower. Jesus. Okay, 2 losses. I'm donezo. I'm donezo. I'm gonna call it a day. Like, I'm getting chopped up here. Yeah, and I definitely think, like, if I got stopped there, the buying's gonna come up. Or we could just chop up at VWAP. It daily lost limit just like that within 6 minutes. Jesus. I can't even be mad. I hit daily loss limit within 6 minutes, but I usually hit TP within like 3 minutes. So I guess it kind of adds up. And there's the bind. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even take the bind because we're right at VWAP, so we could easily just chop up here. If I was to take another trade, I'd wait for this 30-minute supply zone, which we tapped into earlier and the selling came off out of there. So that could be a good opportunity to take a trade. On US 30, again, I wouldn't even trade it. Like, it's not even open. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough day too because it's so volatile. Usually 100 tick stop loss looks a decent size. Today looks pretty tiny. But yeah, even if I put my stop at this high, I would have gotten stopped out going short. Damn, trading at VWAP is tough. That's why I try not to do it. Tough market. That's the thing too about taking trades. Taking two trades. No, taking the same trade twice. For example, here, like, it's so easy to get chopped up because you get like entry confirmations twice for the same trade. So it's like, if you miss entry confirmation, then it sucks. So it's like, either way, you're gonna have to take the risk and take it. And you get 2 entry confirmations to get faked out. And it's like, man. And please, don't tell me it'll actually play out right now. I'd rather see this go straight up than actually going the way I was thinking. But like I said, if it sells off, I think it'd go down to 350. Where's that? This demand zone down here. And then technically that way, we'd still be playing within the range. Which, there's a huge range. Like, there's a lot of volume. Tough day. I'm gonna wait for 10 a.m. and see what happens, but I'm donezo for the day. That was 2 quick losses. Why is my phone going crazy? Okay. Never mind. I think the best thing I could have done today was not trade. Sometimes that's the best trade. I'm not gonna lie. Cause yeah, that's the thing. Like, oh yeah, there's so many things I could have done. The best thing I could have done was not taking a trade. There's so many reasons why that was a low probability setup. Number one, it's a 5-minute zone. I have a low win rate with 5-minute zones. I don't know why. Which is crazy because a lot of people, and I actually have a student that just trades 5-minute zones and it works out perfect. But for me, I don't know why 5-minute zones I have a low win rate with. And then, of course, taking trades around VWAP as well, I have a low winning rate. And this just spiked down like crazy. So yeah, I would say the trades that I took were low probability. I should not have traded. Also, before the sell-off happened, like before the market opened, like I said earlier, I was looking at setups and they had already happened before market opened. Damn. I gotta get used to not taking trades. I'm not gonna lie, I have been struggling with that this year. Last year I was really good with barely trading, but I don't know why this year it's actually been harder for me to like not have trade days or have no trade days. I don't know why. Touch and the sell off is happening. Maybe this. I was gonna say maybe the second trade could have happened after the touch of VWAP, and that looks like it would have been playing out nice. Well, let's see. Let's see if it really plays out. Like I said, I wanted it to see it go down to 350. Someone said maybe it's time to switch strats because I took 2 losses today. Damn, son. If only you knew. Just because you take 2 losses doesn't mean you should switch strategies, bro. Come on. Come on. You can't be thinking that way like you're not gonna last. Maybe adding to the strategy, maybe, but switching strategies, then I'd start from 0. You gotta remember, I've had a lot of success with my strategy, even while taking losses with it. Like, it's part of it. And I mean, the strategy, damn. Technically, the strategy played out, but I got faked out quite a bit. I got chopped. That is tough. How come you chose a scalping strat? See, I tried being a swing trader, but I could not do it. I couldn't. I remember in the beginning, I tried swing trading, like this Forex trade. And I was risking like $13 on this swing trade. And I could not go to sleep. Like, I'd watch it. I don't know. I can't swing trade. Maybe now, maybe I could. Now since I kind of know what I'm doing now, right? But I feel like I'd still keep an eye on it more than I should, you know? I couldn't be like Tori trades. I couldn't. Because she plays this trade, she forgets. She sits and forgets. Like Alex G. I can't do that. I can't sit and forget. Like, that shit will be in my head 24/7. Seeing this sell-off, honestly, sucks. So I knew it was gonna happen, and I got chopped. Damn. Only way I will swing is when I'm a millionaire. See, that's what I was thinking, right? In the future, like, I'd start, doing these certain things, but it's like you kind of become the person you want to become by like being that person, you know? So it's like if you say to yourself, I'll swing trade when I'm a millionaire, you should start swing trading now. You know? There's 350. Just like how I wanted it to. What time? We got 3 more minutes for news. Let's see what US 30 did. Literally not much. Like, this is horrible. This US 30. It sucks because when I first started trading it, it was like I found the holy grail. You know, it was like, whoa, like when Nasdaq sucks, like I could look at US 30 and I'll be good. But now it's like if Nasdaq sucks, I might as well call it a day. Report it on news. You were right, Lonnie. Just a bit early. Just a bit too early. You're right. What are the PC specs? The graphics card is... I have no idea. I'm gonna have to... Let's ask. PC specs. I'll tell you right now my PC specs. Hold up. At first, my PC specs weren't that good, but I had to update it. And I recently just updated it. When was it? Like December, November? Okay, for the GPU, it's a 560 Ti. Motherboard doesn't really matter, but it does have Wi-Fi, which is good for me. The RAM, I know there's 4 RAM sticks, but 2 of them are fake. Yeah, 2 of these RAM sticks are fake. They're just there for lighting. And then 2 of them are, what is this, 16 gigabytes, I think. The storage, of course, I have the SSD, terabyte. And I mean, that's really it. The lights, the fans are the Corsair ones. The newer ones, so they have the lights on the side. What is this called? The cooler is an NZXT one. And the cooler is actually pretty old, but it works perfect. It's an NZXT cooler. I'm not sure the name of it. Yeah, I built it myself. One of my best accomplishments. Building the PC. Wow, this is still selling off. Bro. Honestly, this sucks. I can't lie. But hey, at least I wasn't wrong with the direction. Now you're looking for buys. It's a good buying spot, yeah. Yeah, I want to see if we see like a good opening range breakout. What I want to see if it's gonna be a trending day, you know, throughout the day. See, when I first started trading, like actually every day, there was so many days where it was so easy to trade. Like, cause it was a trending day, and I don't know why. Maybe this is just me. You guys let me know. Before, New York used to open up, it'd pick a direction, and man, it would follow that direction for the rest of the day. You know, like it'd be a decent trending day. Recently, I feel like, and again, maybe this is just me. Recently, I feel like New York open, and like after that, it really hasn't been like, you know, really trending like how it used to. Like, yes, it buys up and it continues to go up, but it like doesn't like such a choppy way. Like there, I remember again, like when I first started actually trading, and we were at all time highs, and I was like, oh my god, this was my first time trading all time highs, and it was so bullish. Like you could just buy and you'd be right. Now though, I don't know. It's so different. And I can't talk much about US 30 because I recently just started trading it like what? Yeah, 6 months ago. No, more. Maybe 8 months ago. 8 to 9 months ago with US 30. And yeah, it was great until like recently it's just been kind of weird. And I don't know if that's because we get a lot of movements that are, overnight with the whole like, the news coming out overnight and then it's like the move of the day already happens. Maybe it's because of that. Have I moved to Texas? No, no. Not yet. We plan on doing it in October. And I'm excited to move, but I'm definitely a bit scared because I won't have any family over there. But like I do think I need to go through that to like maybe get to like a certain level, get to the next level. Like really push myself, like be uncomfortable. Yeah. We have to adapt this market to have to scalp if you are not opening your stop loss. What the true, what was the good old day? That was the good old day. See, okay, I'm not the only one. Why taxes? You are a trader. You could live anywhere with the beach and coconuts. You're right. You're right. I definitely thought about moving to Puerto Rico, but that shit would be tough. I mean, we'd have to ship out the dogs, the cars. And I don't know, shipping out our dogs not gonna be fun. They're not trained, so they're a bit crazy. But I will have a lot of family in Puerto Rico for sure. I mean, family that I don't even know of, which is crazy. But like, that's how big my family is over there, you know? But for Texas, I mean, I don't know. It's like, yeah, the taxes were better. And then I don't know, my girlfriend always wanted to live over there, so we're just going with the flow here. And then also, compared to New York, where I live, the housing not that good. Like, mm-mm. Not compared to Texas. With Texas, whatever you get with Texas, and if you live in New York and you look at the Texas housing, you're gonna be like, what? Like that's that price? But yeah, I like Texas. I've been there a couple times. I like the vibes. And the weather is also nice compared to New York for sure. It's definitely not Puerto Rico. Like with Puerto Rico, damn. Or Florida, right? Where like if it rains, you'll be good because it'll be sunny 5 minutes after. Or you could go down to a beach like anytime. I feel like that's like a long term goal for sure. Why not Florida? See, Florida wasn't even an option because this is gonna sound horrible, but mainly just because my girlfriend didn't want to. I definitely thought about it myself. I mean, but at the same time, I haven't really visited Florida. I've only been to like, Orlando. I've never been to Miami. We in Miami turning up another. I've never been there, but I do want to go there. Bro, if I go to Miami, like I'm turning up. I just have to. And like I usually don't, but I know if I go to Miami, it's another vibe. I already know. I already see it on Instagram every day. Like I don't think I've ever wanted to go to Miami until I downloaded Instagram. I downloaded Instagram like Miami's the only thing you see. Especially because I follow a lot of traders and they're always out and about in Miami. So I definitely got influenced with that whole Miami thing. But I wouldn't live over there. I feel like there's too many distractions over there. But what I do like about Miami is that there's a lot of Hispanics and a lot of Cubans. And the only reason I know is because I know a lot of people that go there. Like my best friend, she was Cuban. She'd go every there like every couple months. I want to visit New York City. Mm. See, I've been to New York City. I don't know why people love New York City. Like, I think it's very overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. If you like the city life, maybe you might like New York City, but I don't know. See, when I went, there's just a couple of things that, are just really different. Like the smell. The smell of New York City is one of a kind. I'll say that. It's it's nothing. I don't know. It's really polluted there. That's the thing. It's polluted with noise, people, and like there's always construction. That's another thing. There's always construction. I don't want to say that people are rude, but you will see like you will just have some sort of experience that you will damn that person was rude. You will experience that over there. For sure. You won't even try. It'll just happen. Another thing is the rats. Thankfully, when I went over there, I didn't see any rats, but I know way too many people that have horror stories about rats over there in the subway, especially. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be waiting for a train and then I see a rat. Like, I'm a scary cat. I'm scared of a lot of things. If I see a rat, I can't do I can't do it. Especially if it's like this big. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like New York City too much. I do like New York City for like, the restaurants that are over there and the cool things that you could do, but like living there, ooh, that's gonna be hard. You should go to Japan. Oh, I want to go to Japan. I think I definitely will. Even though I don't eat fish. As long as they have a McDonald's, I'll be good. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not. Isn't Texas full of snake and scorpions? Yo, I hope not, man. I hope not. See, I'm gonna be a homebody, bro. I'm gonna be inside the house. If that's the case. I heard about Houston especially having love bugs. Have you guys seen that? Like a lot of mosquitoes. I don't think they bite, but I've seen a lot of videos where it's like there's everywhere. I wouldn't want to do that. See, I don't know how it is to live in Texas because I've really only visited it, but I'll definitely find out in October. The good thing is that I won't be buying a house, so it's not like I'll be there permanently. I think our plan is to rent for a year or two. If we like it, we'll buy a house there, but if not, I think the next stop is gonna be Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it is. I hope it is. I think that's like a long term goal. Like I feel like I'd be fine with settling Puerto Rico. But I feel like there's also pro and cons to anywhere you move. Like nowhere's gonna be perfect. 'Cause the thing with Puerto Rico is the power outages. Oof, that can be bad. I mean, my grandma, like, she just had a power outage over there, and it lasted for a couple days. She had to be in a hotel for a couple days to get her power fixed. That's the bad thing about Puerto Rico. There's too many rattlesnakes in Texas. Stop. I don't want to know about it. Out of sight, out of mind. As soon as I make it in trading, I'll move to Vietnam and Thailand. That'd be really cool. I think last year I spoke to a trader that he wasn't a full-time trader, but his job you could work from anywhere. And he lived in, I think it was Vietnam. And he was like, yeah, like I have this huge house. I only paid 250 for rent. I was like, what? I definitely want to go to Thailand for sure. I want to go to a lot of places. That's the thing. Especially Europe. I've never been to that side of the world. I just know like everything's going to be so different, and I think it's really cool to see that. The only thing about traveling is the traveling itself. It sucks. Like if your plane gets delayed, right? Then it's like, damn. I can't do anything. I'm stuck in the airport. And the thing with me, I think it's been two experiences now where I actually had to sleep at the airport. That's a that's why like I don't really enjoy traveling too much, but like it's worth it. But yeah, I've had a couple experiences where flights got canceled, so then the hotels around the airport got packed, so nobody could like leave the airport, sleep at a hotel. So and I think this was in, I think it was in Philadelphia, I don't remember, but like they brought out beds for everyone. It looked like a camp. Everyone was sleeping in the airport. It was crazy. And this other time it was just me and my brother, and that was in, don't remember, it was some airport. Oh my gosh, look at this move here. 1016 again, random move here. What the heck? But yeah, our flights got canceled. Everyone was pissed off. There was no hotels around that were available, so we had to sleep at the airport. So yeah, I've been at airports for like over days, over 24 hours at one airport. Can you imagine? So now, and for some reason, it always happens on your way home. On your way to the destination of like your vacation or your trip, it's fine. But on your way home, something happens. I don't know why. It's tough. That's why we need private jets. Like I understand. I understand why people use private jets. I understand it. I actually think it's worth it'd be worth it. Tips on scaling from one account to more accounts. How and when? I would say you should scale to more accounts when you've gotten more than a couple payouts, right? When you actually know what to do, what you're looking for in the markets, when to stop, when to trade, right? When you know what you're doing. Not when you're still guessing, going with the flow. You don't want to trade multiple accounts when you're just going with the flow. Because one day you're going to go with the flow and it's going to be a bad one. So I would say when you have a system that you're actually following, scale up to multiple accounts. Everyone does it differently. You'll only know what works for you when you try it. So some people, they copy trade all the accounts, right? Like me, I copy trade all my accounts. And I trade one session and that's it. Some people, they trade multiple sessions and they trade all their accounts separately and they succeed with that. Is everyone's gonna be different. You're only gonna know what works for you until you try it. So yeah, that's my advice for like scaling. I want to travel the world for like 5 years straight. Yeah. What's his name? His name's Kyle. He's a YouTuber. He has like I think like 13,000 subscribers. But his name is Damn Good Trading. And I've been watching him for a while because he literally traveled. I mean, right now I think he's staying at Miami. But before that, he was like in Africa. Then he was in like Vietnam. I don't know. He's been everywhere. And I think it's been so cool to see him do that. Because he's a trader and he actually just trades and travels, which is cool. But with him, he would stay at a destination for like weeks. It wasn't like a weekend thing. He'd be there for a while and then he'd move somewhere else, which is cool. But yeah, that life isn't for everyone. Like for me, I can't be traveling for more than 2 weeks. That's insane. Because then I start missing, my home. Even when I went to St. Thomas, like after 5 days, I was homesick. Like I want to be home. I'm definitely a homebody. So I'm glad I'm a trader. For me, it's always London and New York City, as it suits my time zone. Never liked Tokyo. Tokyo. Yeah, I never liked that session either. Yeah, I still traded it. And I feel like a lot of people fall into the trap of like trading while you're bored. Oof, that's the worst. That's the worst. Trading while you're bored. Dang. You're gonna be bored. You're gonna place a couple trades. You're gonna be red, and then you're gonna keep doing it. Blow your account. Then you're gonna be like, damn, why was I trading if I'm just bored? I used to do that a lot, and I did it multiple times. That's the thing. Multiple times I did that mistake. It's like a loop, you fall into the loop. And again, like nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to change. If you're in some type of loop with your trading, you have to change something. And it might not be in trading. It might be outside of trading. Like maybe you're gonna have to start meditating before you actually trade. That's what got me out of my loop. I won't lie though, I haven't meditated recently. But the way I got like my first big month was by actually having like a good morning routine. And that was like a whole 360. Like I made 20K in 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks. That changed my life for sure. So if you're like in this loop of blowing accounts, making mistakes, try to change something outside of your trading, and that might bleed into your trading results. Anyways, that was it for me. I already kind of saw what played out, right? The shorts, of course, the shorts came in after I took these losses. Anyways, I mean, I was thinking shorts off of these 5 minute and 10 minute supply zones, right? We tapped into the zone immediately. We were rejecting the zones. So I was like, okay, boom, I'm gonna short it. We're rejecting the zone, and I did that twice, and I got chopped up twice, and then the shorts came in. So damn. Maybe for the second trade, let's see. So for the second trade, I probably could have waited and not taken the second one. I could have waited for us to break this down here. Then the entry would have been here and it would have played out well. But no, I got the second trade pretty much after the 15-minute candle closed. Then I went right into it. I would say that was my main mistake, is taking the second trade too quick. Maybe if I had waited for the market to retest VWAP and then start looking for the trade again, that would have played out as well. But that's the thing, like when you get entry confirmations pretty much back to back, you kind of just have to take the risk. Because it's like if you don't take it, you might miss out on the move. And then if you take it, you might get stopped out and then the move will happen. So yeah, damn, tough day. Um, I would say it was a really good day. Even though I took a loss, I would say the volume was really good. Obviously, we're not trending. Like, it's honestly pretty rare to see a trending day nowadays. And I don't know if that's because we're right at all-time highs or because of all the news coming out at random times. But yeah, this is not a trending day at all. We're moving sideways, which could be a bit harder to trade. It also looks like after 10 a.m., so after the high impact news, it looks like the market slowed down even more. So I don't know. I think it's it was a decent day in the beginning, but now it's definitely slowed down a little bit. I would say this is gonna stay bearish if it stays below VWAP. If it stays below, I don't know, I would say like 435 below this area. But we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. I think it would be really good if we continue to go lower, right? That way throughout the week, I could just be trading off of better zones, cuz I do have a lot of zones on our way down, which is really good. On our way up though, it's a bit harder because there's not much data. So there's not much zones to look at. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. So far we're moving sideways. So when I come into the markets tomorrow, I'll be looking at whether we sold off even more. If we stay around this area, I wouldn't be surprised if we break all-time highs again. Let's see. I don't think there's any news tomorrow. Where is it? Tuesday, June 2nd. I mean, there's news. It's not high impact, but it could have an effect on the markets. Yeah, decent day. And even though I took a loss, I would say I'm still proud of the trades that I took. The trade did play out, just not at the right time, I guess. Not in my time, right? And I did a good job following the rules. So even though I took a loss, or I took two losses, I still followed my rules. So I'd still see today as a winning day. Not gonna lie. But yeah, it's the first day of the month. Like, you don't want to start off the month by breaking your rules just to be green right now. If you break your rules just to be green today, most likely long term, you're not going to last. But all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is just the first day out of the month. We still got, what, 30 more days? No, 29 more days. So make it count. Like, we're already halfway through the month. You do not want to regret breaking your rules every day. You will regret it. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't be on the charts all day. Okay? Go enjoy your day. If it's sunny, enjoy the sun. But all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.